Okay, so I'm going to start by demoing number 1. You need to find a picture of a zipper and draw it. So you can go to the internet and find a zipper, and then just copy it to Illustrator. So in Illustrator, I did not give you a worksheet this time, so you do have to open up a new blank file. Okay, I'm going to paste the photo I found just to kind of help me. Hit the letter Z, get the magnifying glass, you can zoom in. Okay, so we're going to use the pen tool, and we're going to try to draw the zipper. So, I can first actually try to draw the object on the very bottom layer, which probably looks something like this, right? And I can use my white arrow tool to go and clean it up. What's the keyboard shortcut to switch to the white arrow tool? A. This picture moved, and it was kind of annoying. Any idea how to lock it? Yeah. Okay, I could go to Layers panel, or I can select it, go Object, Lock, Selection, or my favorite, which is Command 2. But you're right, you can also open up Layers. Trick is you just got to find out what layer it's on. And luckily we don't have a lot, so there it is. It's locked. It's this one right here. Alrighty. Oops. Okay, so now it's locked. Okay, so I'm going to move him aside. I'm going to give him a color so he's not white, so it's easy for me to find later. Okay, use the pen tool. Now I'm going to draw this little, I don't know what it is. Okay. I'm going to give them both black outlines.
You just did that with the direct selection tool, not the pen tool.
Did I draw it? No, I drew it with, I hit P. There we go, I hit the letter P, and I put an anchor point there, one right here, and then one at the bottom, and then came at the top to close it. So now it's a closed object. And then I switched to the letter A, and that brought my selection tool. And then I just kind of layered it on top of the other thing I already drew. So I do start going fast between hitting A and P instead of making the trek over here. So I'll try to be more conscious of that so you guys know when I'm switching. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and try to draw this guy. So I'm on letter P for pen tool. Put an anchor point here. Click. I'm going to click and drag a little curve. Again, if it doesn't come out perfect, should I just delete and start over? No, I can hit A and use my pen tool. Okay. Hit the letter A, sorry, my selection tool. And I can move my anchor points around. So I can kind of clean it up the way that I like it. So the nice thing about doing a zipper is usually you only do it like once. Maybe you have 3 different zippers, but every time you design a product, hopefully you don't have to draw the zipper from scratch. Hopefully you have a library and you go find the one you already drew and you copy and paste it. That's the goal. Okay, so I'm going to take all of this. Okay, so everybody's kind of centered.
Now, how did that just happen then behind the thing you worked on?
It's behind it because I drew it first. So whatever you drew most recently is always on the top layer. I'm going to make this clear so I can find my little oval. Okay, so there's my oval. I can hit the letter L, and it lets me use the ellipse tool. If I go to the very left and to the very top corner right here, I can click and drag and go to the very right and bottom corner, and that will get the exact shape I want. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. So I'm going to select this guy, make it red again, and now I'm going to also select my circle. But notice when I select my circle, my original guy got deselected. Okay, if I hold Shift, I can select 2 things at the same time. Correct. Okay, Command 8 or Object, Compound Path, Make. There we go. It has a hole in it. So now it's just one object. Now I'm having trouble lining these up so they're even. Do you guys notice that? Kind of bugs me. So I can hold all 3 by holding Shift and clicking, or you can always click and drag and anything inside will be selected. And I can align them. Has anyone played with Align yet? Like one of my favorite tools. If it's not up here, you can always go to Window, A for Align. Let's see here, and yeah, just line them up. Let's see here, maybe I want them all centered. There we go. So I just drew them kind of crooked. That's why that's kind of crooked. I need to fix it. Maybe I bring this in a little. Maybe bring this down. I don't know, you can play with it forever. So once I'm done, I think it's a good idea to group these three things because they are three separate objects, but visually they're really one object because it's your zipper pull. So very, rarely are you going to take just this guy. Usually you always want to take the whole thing. So I'm going to hit Command G, which is the same as object group. Now if I click on one of them, all three objects are selected. You see that? But let's say I only want to select one. How could I? Yeah, double click. And it temporarily isolates them and ungroups them. So I can select just one and move it or do whatever I need to do. Double click, back to it being grouped again. Okay, so everyone's going to do that. Now I'm going to demo the teeth. So there's different types of zipper teeth in the world. This is a coil teeth. These are little plastic teeth. If you look at metal teeth, they look similar shape to this. Usually the coil teeth, we usually just do a repeat of rectangles that don't really line up quite perfectly. Do something like this. Oopsies, not that. That will look like the coil teeth once you repeat it enough. And some people like to get fancy and have cute little zipper teeth. So like if it was a metal tooth or plastic. So I hit the pen tool and I use this as a trace because it's there. So anchor point, anchor point, anchor point. I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to click and drag. Maybe click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. Anchor point and anchor point. And of course, get the white arrow. Clean up anything I'm not really happy with. You can also try to make it symmetrical by, I'm going to switch it so it has an outline. If I say select just half of it, notice only the blue ones are selected. You could try to copy and go object, member, transform, reflect it, and do a copy, and then figure out how to merge it together. You can cut lines that you already drew. So right now, if I were to hit delete, I would delete this segment. That's where it is, fine. Delete. And maybe that works. I'll just delete both. That kind of works. And then you'd want to go in and connect the two. Let's see if we do that. Yes, so you want to use your pen tool to join them. They're so close. So what I might actually do, they're so close, I want to make it a little bit bigger opening. So I'm going to add basically an anchor point here to delete it. So let's see here, C for cut, which is also our scissors. I don't use this a lot, but every once in a while I want to cut it. And I click, they put an anchor point there and they separated it. So now this is an object and this is an object. They're two separate objects now. They're cut apart. So I can just hit delete and he's gone. Now I get my pen tool. Now a lot of people are like, how do I connect it? The trick is you've got to find your anchor point. And your anchor point's in the middle of your stroke line. If you notice right now, the little symbol on my pen tool, it's like an asterisk. That means it's just going to start a new anchor point. Once you hover over an already existing one, it'll close it. There's like a little circle. Okay, if I hover over an already existing open anchor point, you see that little symbol it makes? Call it a slash line. That means it's going to connect to what I've already drawn. See how it keeps connecting it? And if I hover over the other one, it makes a square saying it's going to connect this new object. Okay, so now it's connected. That's nice because it's way more symmetrical, this guy. This guy's kind of ugly, right? When you look at it. He's more symmetric and perfect, I guess. So I have him drawn. Probably a good idea to copy it. I'll hit reflect. I'm going to reflect it this way. Copy. Okay, so I have two of them.
Where did you get the reflect again under object?
Transform. Object transform. Okay. Holding down Option to repeat it real quick. Okay. Now, this is a little tricky. I haven't told you guys about clear boxes, but before I do that, let's just do a brush stroke. So let's go to Window, Brushes, open up our brush palette. Here we go. Okay. So many things to do. Now, if I take this guy, and I also take this guy, so I'm holding Shift and F2, I can click, drag, and drop, and make a brush. We have choices. Do we want it to be scattered all wild? No. Do we want it like an art brush? Like think of like a paintbrush that you just hold down and smooth it so it's like all smeared and stretched? No, I don't want that. Or do you want it to repeat and be a pattern? Repeat, 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 repeat. Pattern. I want the last one. Say okay. Oh, so many options. Look at us. One, we can name it. You can do special artworks for corners, like when you turn. I don't know. It's a little complicated. Maybe we'll revisit it later. Anyways, let's see here. One thing I will bring to your attention is the colorization. For some reason, it defaults to none, but change it to tints. And what that's going to do is it's going to let you change the color of your stroke. So right now it's black. So if I change this to orange, then my brush will be orange too. I don't know why it doesn't just default that, but whatever. So we'll say okay. Okay, there's my brush. Oh, you know what? I don't like the way it's repeating the direction, but okay, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. Okay, there is my line. Here is my brush stroke. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to click this brush stroke. That's kind of a weird repeat, right? I've turned it the wrong way. Okay, so I'm going to try it again. I'm going to rotate it here. Pattern. Okay. There we go. Here's my stroke I drew. There's my zipper teeth. This is handy because what if you're drawing a line, like a stitch line, or I don't know, maybe you have a weird S zipper. It's nice because it goes along whatever line you draw. So that was quick, right? It made it. Now, I have a problem. I don't know, this is cool. I'd probably be happy with it. But once you start working a little bit more, like it's not perfect. Why is there a space here? I don't want a space. I want it perfect. So to get rid of that space, why it has that space is because it repeats. What is going on here? Let me just close this out. Don't know what the big deal is. Okay. I'm going to pull this out so we can look at it. I'm going to zoom in. Whenever you enter some kind of artwork, it always puts a box. Do you see that clear box? So it's going to repeat that box. So when it repeats, sorry, I'm going to try to copy it. It doesn't, like the box lines up like this. Where I kind of want it overlapped, right? Like that. That's better to me. So if that's what I want, then I kind of need to make my own box. So let me do it again. Okay. Now when you pull it out of the brush palette, it's grouped. So I'm going to ungroup it. Object, ungroup. Okay. Now I'm going to select, oh, is it still grouped? Oh dear. Okay. That's not good. Let me see here. Copy this. Let me see if they're grouped. Okay, no, they're not grouped. Okay. I'm going to kind of eyeball it. Okay, now I'm going to use my align tool and make sure they're perfectly aligned. I'm going to distribute the space evenly. So now they're like perfectly aligned. Okay. So what this thing is It has a clear stroke and it has a clear fill, and just so you know, it's on the very bottom layer. That is like, I don't know how to explain this other than saying it's like computer code. It's like Illustrator, when he sees that, he's like, oh, okay, you want to repeat inside this tile. This is where we read, because he only knows how to repeat tiles. He doesn't know how to like visually center things the way you want it. So you have to make your own tile. So let's see here. So I might say, you know what, I want it to repeat from here to here, right? And then it's only going to repeat this half and this half. And hopefully it'll line up perfectly. So let's see if that works. Oh, what else I have to do? I have to make sure that box is on the very bottom layer, or it won't work. Object, arrange, send it back. Okay, so I'm going to click, drag, drop. Pattern, okay. Sure, tints, okay. All right, let's see if that does anything. If there's any difference at all. I'm going to copy and paste this guy so we can look at before and after. All right. Yeah, it's more spaced differently. So let me look at exactly what we did again. This is our little box. I'm just going to give it a line so you can see it. What if I filled this one with red, and this one yellow, and this guy blue? What do you think, what colors do you think these will be? Do you think it'll be red, blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow?
No.
One's going to be split in half, yeah. Let's take a look. Oh, okay, this needs to be clear. It's not going to work. Clear. Okay, let's see. Pattern, okay. Tints, yes please, okay. Okay. Oops. Oh, hold on 1 second. Tints and shades, okay. Oh, didn't work. Why are you not working? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait, that's really weird. I know why. Where is this thing? Where's the color on it? Aha. Okay. No, that's right. What's going on? Hold on. Undo color. Where's my color? Let me try another one. It's weird.
Is the one at the bottom gray?
I feel like I have my colors set on something funny. Like usually it's set like here, so that's really weird. Where's my brushes? Maybe that's it. Ooh. Interesting. That is so strange. Okay, let's try that again. Maybe then we don't. Let's say none. There we go. Okay. That's really weird. This is wrong too. Oh my gosh, how funny. How funny. That's so strange. What, I'm totally doing something wrong and I don't know what it is right now. I will figure it out. Huh. Okay. So this is kind of a bad example. But Cassandra was right, where really what it would be doing, it's only doing half of this guy. Watch, what if I make him white, if that would make a difference? I don't know. Let's see. No, it's not all. That's so strange. Huh. I know. What about this? I'm gonna figure this out. Oops. Okay, pick you and you and you. Make them all clear. Oh, maybe not. Clear. Okay, and then maybe if I make you yellow, orange, and blue. Okay, let's try that. I'll just leave it done, see what happens. So strange. That is really weird. Okay, I don't really know why it's doing that actually. But whatever, at least it's repeating our path that we drew, but it's kind of ignoring our stroke color command for whatever reason, which is kind of weird. So anyways, it's probably better to just draw it all black And then you can change it whatever color you want in the stroke panel after you draw it. So if I put him in there, pattern brush, tints, and then I'm going to change this to another color. And then we'll change it all, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys do that. I do want to explain the next one too. I have your attention. Let's see here. Let me save this guy real quick.